Subscribe today because my car broke down. Authors and artists work really hard on their stuff, so please support them using the links below.
Sponsored by Miles Kirby!
On Beerus' world, Whis is seen standing before every fighter Vegeta could gather, knowing they're gonna have to pull out all the stops for this one, further stating they would like to be trained by Whis. And to the great surprise of the Angel, the Grand Minister approves, telling the Prince he will train him himself, while Whis is to aid the others, which sounds perfect to Vegeta. Unknown to them, someone is eavesdropping on this conversation, and very excited on how fun things are looking to get.
What? Me, the leader?
Explaining, Whis states Roshi's knowledge and experience makes him the most suitable for this role. Krillin agrees, arguing that Goku and himself have only come this far because of the Turtle Master's training. Going on, Whis believes he can come up with a strategy to utilize everyone's strengths, saying aloud, Roshi details those strengths, where Krillin has his Kienzan and was further able to develop Tien's solar flare technique. Yamcha has his crab omelet on rice technique, neither 17 or 18 exhaust power. Buu is a universe of abilities on his own. The boys confuse into Gotenks, Piccolo in his clever battle tactics, and Gohan's ultimate form. Roshi believes combining technique, power, and knowledge will be their best bet, giving Gohan an idea. But with Vegeta, the Grand Priest explains that the biggest difference between he and Goku is their approach to battle. All Vegeta has to do is improve his skill in this area, and the Grand Minister believes he will be undefeatable. Admitting that he himself does not possess the same abilities as Merno, his overall power is greater, so if the Prince can defeat him, he can also defeat the Rogue Angel. Vegeta laughs this off, saying that's easier said than done, but embraces the challenge, warning he'll be training with the intent to kill, which is exactly what the Grand Minister was hoping for. Meanwhile, Grandpappy Zeno tells Goku, or Kakarot, to listen carefully, as his training is all about imagery. If the Saiyan thinks for a moment that he's going to lose, the battle will be lost, reminding him once again that here, anything is possible. Well, come on. Away, in the middle of space. Maybe I should wait around for 1 year. If it were just Vegeta-kun, then maybe half a year. Revealing dozens of Mernos, all arguing about how long to wait before implementing their plan, with one mentioning there's no need to be so hasty. If they set no date at all, it gives them even more freedom. But what in the world is going on with so many Mernos? As one of them meditates alone, the Angel remembers something. He was supposed to be the one to train Vegeta, not the Grand Minister. To see his growth has been the plan from the beginning, bringing some humorous frustration to Merno. Not long later, Whis congratulates Gohan on his forthcoming strategy, telling the others he thinks it's time for them to go support Vegeta. From what it sounds, he and the Grand Minister are training pretty hard. And sure enough, as the Prince tries to catch his breath, he's complimented on his ability to produce so much power, coming to great impression to his mentor, getting full of himself. And to be honest, rightfully so if the Grand Minister is willing to give his praise. Vegeta brags that he'll show him how powerful he really is. But the Daishinkan is gone. While the Saiyan tries to locate him, turns out Vegeta is the one who has left, as Merno has teleported him to what looks like their previous battlefield of what used to be West City. Looks like your progress with Father is going well, yeah? Let's continue where we left off. Then revealing, he has also brought the others here, elaborating, it'll take at least an hour for Whis and the Grand Minister to arrive, so he'd like to begin immediately. Though Krillin pleads his concerns about fighting on the planet, worried it'll crumble to pieces. However, Merno assures him to worry not. His daughter Marin is no longer on the Earth. In fact, no one, with exception of present company, currently resides on this planet, so there is no reason to showcase concern for anyone else, causing 18 to snap, demanding to know what he's done with her daughter, and Gohan to question if all the other Earthlings are okay. But Merno coldly responds, "Why would I bother to keep track of such fragile things?" As he dashes after the villainous Angel, he's stopped by Piccolo, who firmly warns him to calm down, as most likely, he's not done anything harmful to anyone, as mortal lives don't interest him, causing Merno to interrogate whether this is Kami, former guardian of planet Earth, or possibly the intellect of the Demon King speaking, resolving it doesn't really matter, only disappointed to see Gohan restrained from his provocation. Yamcha, showing some heart, announces he's had enough talk. It's time to teach this guy a lesson, as Gotenks agrees. Even the old-timer is ready to go, reminding Buu he's counting on him, who seems optimistic in whatever plan Roshi has up his sleeve. Pinching his belly, he rips off a few pieces of Buu blubber, tossing him into the air, and, in a surprising turn, 18, 17, Tien, and the others are willfully ensnared as Boo ushers the blobs back to him, absorbing them all, transforming. Super Boo is reborn! Oh wow, you sure know how to party. Even Vegeta is impressed by the strategy. Merno eggs on the remaining gang to entertain him, which seems to only be Boo and the prince himself. While impressive, it still doesn't seem Super Boo can stand up to an angel, though Merno admits he's faring better than he expected, using Gotenks Super Ghost Kamikaze attack. Merno laughs this off, sending each of them through their own portal. But utilizing the after image, appearing right next to Merno, he uses a solar flare. Caught off guard, it proves greatly effective. Before firing his candy beam, hitting Merno head on, transforming the angel into a chocolate bar. On the ground, Vegeta wonders if this is really the end. Looking at the sugary morsel, even Boo seems uncertain. When Merno arrives back through a portal. Well, that's what's surprising. Stating he's not quite sure what the Z-Fighters are thinking. Even if they do destroy him, is there anyone who can bring back all the humans? Boo can only furiously look on, wondering if this guy's even mortal. Which is ironic coming from him of all people. And Vegeta discovering, the more you learn, the less you know. In that, if he and Boo are unable to figure out Merno, how can they stand a chance? However, the thought of being eaten and turned into chocolate doesn't sit well with the angel. Grabbing Boo through another portal, he spouts that even his calm self would be mad, and such impoliteness will not be forgiven, as another familiar villain interjects. That's my role, you know. After firing his death beam, he scolds Merno that he's been searching for him for a while now, and figured he'd be here, promising revenge for their last encounter. From the ground, Vegeta is shocked to see he's still alive, having Goku and Whis confirmed his death in person, and himself feeling his ki vanish. And in a strange display of character, Merno garners a cold sweat, stammering, "This is definitely bad." Away, the Saiyan explains to this copy that he wants to be able to defeat his real self. Shocked at this statement, the double questions if he's sure. And we all know Goku. He wants to study every possible movement the angel can replicate. You know, you're probably going to eat those words. Vegeta, Boo, and Frieza stand frozen. But what would Frieza have to be surprised about? Looking into the sky, we see 4 figures. And if Vegeta is on the ground, who is this extra fighter? Springing through yet another portal, one of the Mernos from before. Rising to see for himself, Vegeta scoffs that the angel has finally shown his true nature, stating he has the ability to create clones of himself. Gently laughing, Merno claims that Vegeta figured this out after their first encounter, but kept it to himself until now, which the prince admits to, having not wanted it to be true. To be fair, it's not exactly as it seems. Let me teach you what this power is all about. Elaborating, he can diverge into large amounts of separate entities. Boo shows his nervousness at this turn of events. Merno eyes down the Majin, stating it's quite similar to his own, or Ten Shinhan's, multiform technique, but with the addition of interdimensional teleportation. He can launch an army of himself at a moment's notice. He then details how he was able to escape Boo's candy beam, turning the back of his hand to the Z-Fighters. He informs them this crest previously had 4 markings, and now has 5. And if we look back, the first time we encounter Merno in his fight against Frieza, he sported half a crest. The second time, he had 1/4, just as he does now. During his tea with Bulma, only 2 markings. Every time Merno has left, it wasn't the same one who returned. Since Boo successfully defeated a single Merno, that iteration's crest has been transmitted to the others, and the angel can collect many more pieces to this insignia. Alas, just as Vegeta fears, the more complete the crest becomes, the more powerful Merno is, claiming there are 13 pieces to assemble. Once they're brought together, he will be at his full power. And given he has 8 and his counterpart 5, it would seem that goal is rather close. Finally asking why he's bothering to divulge all this info, Vegeta inquires if Merno is so cocky that even if the Z-Fighters know what to do, it still won't be enough. And that's pretty much it, firmly believing that his father, the Grand Minister, is the only one who can stand up to him. However, if he's able to do so, he wouldn't mind dying at Vegeta's hand, who is more than happy to oblige. Summoning his inner Yamcha, Boo tries his hand at the Neo Wolfang Fist. Hey, sweet name. Behind you? As cold as ever, Frieza blows Boo to pieces, but he quickly puts himself back together before screaming at the space tyrant demanding to know what he's doing attacking an ally. Responding, Frieza scoffs that this pink bubble man is just in the way, and since Boo can regenerate anyway, he fails to see the problem. Furthermore, Frieza doesn't consider them allies, and if he continues to be a burden, he just needs to get lost, much to the frustration of the Majin. Suggesting they'd fare better by working together, Frieza promises that he alone is enough to win this battle. Looking to the air, Boo uses Tien's Kikoho, leaving Merno stupefied. Beaten and confused, the tyrant spouts that Boo missed his target. Apologizing for this grievous mistake, he offers to heal him right away, warning him not to get caught up in the next attack. Naturally, this deserved revenge leaves a sour taste in Frieza's mouth. Tossing his cloak, Merno proposes. He and Vegeta get started.